Yeah, no, nothing. There's nothing that can help. There's no space in that thing at all. When I put it on, I can actually taste my own genitals. It's disgusting. It's just like...
Picture this. Hollywood's favorite wisecracking actor could be hiding a slightly darker side. Or at least, that's what the chatter on the internet would have us believe.
Well, no, yeah. When our pediatrician, when she met Inez, she said, oh, this one's shady.
Yep, we're talking about Ryan Reynolds, the self-proclaimed Canadian goofball, who seems like he'd be a blast at a backyard barbecue. Pair him with Blake Lively, who often radiates effortless glam and swift comebacks, and you'd think these two are the most unshakable couple in Tinseltown. Yet certain gossip whispers insist that behind all the snarky tweets and endearing talk show moments lies a marriage crammed with jealousy, control issues, and more drama than a binge-worthy soap. Are these rumors total nonsense, or does Hollywood's golden guy actually have a few tarnished spots nobody's talking about? It all goes back to where they first met, on the set of Green Lantern.
There isn't anything you can do that they can't do better, faster, and without disappointing women everywhere.
Though the movie itself wasn't exactly a critical darling, okay, it basically got roasted, Ryan and Blake's alleged off-screen chemistry sparked enough interest to send the rumor mill spinning like a hamster on Red Bull. The buzz was that both of them were coming out of other relationships, and they might have hopped aboard the love train a smidge too early, leaving fans suspicious about timelines and hush-hush flings.
It was hard not to love the movie because you guys are so beautiful to watch that I was just like,
well, hello.
Add to that Ryan's previous marriage to Scarlett Johansson, which supposedly fizzled thanks in part to his legendary jealousy. Some fans imagine he'd creep around set, side-eyeing any dude who dared chat with his then-wife. When that marriage cratered, we got the "is Ryan controlling" narrative that never really went away.
I never thought that I'd be planning my wedding in like a dark alley somewhere, but it turned out that way. It was really quite secretive, and I felt like I was doing a drug deal without all the without all the fun.
Enter Blake, who's also had a track record of gliding into fresh romances in the blink of an eye. The cynics among us wondered, maybe she has a habit of cozying up to co-stars, or maybe she's just an open-hearted person who's not into lengthy romantic gap years. Either way, internet sleuths started painting a picture of two people who can't help but fan the flames of their personal lives on camera.
You know, we were such good friends for so long, and we got to know, when we both got to know each other, we got to know each other as friends. So when we were both single, we were still trying to find each other's, oh, who would be good for you? You know, we'd sit around being like, oh, do you know anyone? And it didn't click for, I mean, a good year and a half.
Ryan's rumored insecurities collided with Blake's rumored restlessness. Thus, the toxic duo conspiracy was born. Sounds dramatic enough for a daytime TV plotline, right? But let's not forget, Ryan isn't just an actor. He's basically the Energizer Bunny of Hollywood, bounding from gin commercials to phone service endorsements, from comedic roles to soccer club ownership. Yep, not content to be just an actor, he purchased Wrexham AFC in Wales with a buddy, supposedly pouring in cash like it was free candy at a parade. A few fans started raising eyebrows when legal scuffles, mergers, and lawsuits began cropping up around Ryan's swirling business empire. Could all this be straining a certain star-studded marriage? According to some theories, sure. Stress might fuel that controlling streak if he's feeling the pressure to be successful on every front. After all, it's hard to fix your gaze on your spouse's happiness when you're juggling gin deals, phone companies, and soccer championships.
With the price of just about everything going up during inflation, we thought we'd bring our prices down.
Then came the It Ends With Us fiasco. Blake signed up to star in this emotional roller coaster of a movie, and from the outside, it looked like a fun new project. But not long after filming began, whispers of Ryan's meddling popped up. Apparently, he was offering suggestions, or was it demands, on how certain scenes should be handled, and not just any scenes, mind you, but romantic ones that might feature a smooch or steamy exchange.
Are you happy?
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm just curious.
Huh. Some gossip blogs reported that Blake's cozy rapport with her co-star took a nosedive overnight, like someone suddenly flipped a no more flirting switch. Whether that's because Ryan was pacing around set with his arms folded or simply because the production vibe changed, we don't really know. But it fueled the rumor that controlling green-eyed Ryan was back in action, ensuring there'd be no off-camera chemistry overshadowing him. This all might seem contradictory if you're used to Ryan's comedic persona. The man cracks jokes about everything, from fatherhood to his own, personal equipment.
I used to say to her, I would take a bullet for you. I could never love anything as much as I love you. I would say that to my wife, and then the second I looked in that baby's eyes, I knew in that exact moment that if we were ever under attack, I would use my wife as a human shield to protect that baby.
He once filmed an extremely up-close and personal montage for Deadpool, so you'd assume he's no prude about on-screen heat. Yet, the rumor says he's super squeamish about Blake appearing in steamy roles. Internet detectives ask, what gives? Maybe it's old-fashioned jealousy, or maybe it's simply a protective instinct that's getting overblown. Still, plenty of folks roll their eyes, calling it hypocrisy. They point out that the guy who can't stop making jokes about his nether regions in interviews is the same one allegedly saying, "Babe, please no more intimate scenes." Speaking of jokes, Ryan's public banter with Blake is famously quick-witted. Whether it's teasing each other on Instagram or dropping self-deprecating quips on talk shows, their rapport seems bulletproof. But the cynics say it's a strategic mask. Play up the comedic marriage stuff so nobody digs deeper into potential off-screen friction. Fans debate this endlessly. Some find it endearing, some find it suspicious. Are they hashtag couple goals or hashtag controlling AF? The jury is out.
Everyone gains 10 points next to her. You go out. No, that's all you get today, though. That's it.
I know, I can't believe.
That's it. No. Just that. Yeah. No. Yeah. Yeah.
Meanwhile, Blake isn't exactly a passive bystander in these rumors. Some point to her own flirting habits or past relationships, suggesting she might have a pattern of falling for people she works with. Others argue that it's misguided to spin the controlling husband narrative into a "she asked for it" situation. Could be that the real story is a lot more complicated. A pair of lovebirds who started off on the hush-hush, soared to power couple status, and now find themselves navigating a labyrinth of demands, both personal and professional. Nobody has the full story but them. Or so we assume. What's undeniable is how both tabloids and social media sleuths get a thrill out of dissecting every paparazzi snap. If Blake's missing her wedding ring, it's instantly divorce alert. If Ryan cracks a joke about marriage being a learning curve, the internet collectively shrieks, "He hates her!" A handful of sources claim the duo tried couples therapy. Some say it worked wonders, others say it's a band-aid on a bigger issue. Is that bigger issue jealousy? Control? A complicated balancing act of dual Hollywood careers? Nobody outside their inner circle truly knows, and that's half the fun, or frustration, depending on your perspective. But the Wrexham AFC storyline is possibly the funniest add-on to this entire soap opera. Ryan teams up with pal Rob McElhenney to bring a dusty Welsh football club back to life, sinking gobs of money into a passion project that might never see a real profit. Where's Blake in this docu-series? Mostly MIA. Some insist that's proof she isn't deeply involved in his biggest entrepreneurial gambit. Others say maybe she just really isn't into soccer. Cue the peanut gallery. See if Blake started filming an identical reality show about her passions. Would Ryan storm the set with a list of demands? Even if these are just overblown theories, they're entertaining enough to keep the drama churning. But hold up, because controlling behavior isn't always about shadowing someone 24/7 with a checklist of do's and don'ts. It can slip in the back door, like always insisting on final approval over your partner's next movie role, or sowing seeds of doubt about who they hang out with, or gently but firmly hinting they shouldn't pursue certain career moves. There's a noticeable gap in Blake's filmography over the last few years. Maybe that's by choice. She is a mom of 4 after all. Still, fans connect imaginary dots, reading it as Ryan pulling the strings. If she steps out of line, does Mr. Wisecrack step in? This sets the stage perfectly for the behind-the-scenes drama on It Ends With Us.
He's my friend first and foremost. Still, not just in our history, but in everyday life, he is my friend first, and that's. I think that's the secret to happiness.
Allegedly, everything was hunky-dory at first, comedic banter, a fun team atmosphere. Then wham! Blake slams on the brakes in terms of friendliness. With her co-star, fueling theories that Ryan had been sending strongly worded text messages from across the Atlantic. Tinseltown thrives on speculation, and the speculation here is that Ryan basically declared, no more flirty chats with the handsome leading man. Overblown? Possibly, but it's gossip gold for folks who love a juicy Hollywood story. The public reaction is all over the map. There's the "Ryan is a comedic legend, stop slandering him" crowd, who point out that rumors are just that, rumors. Then there's the "we should have seen this coming, Hollywood men always hide something" contingent, referencing other beloved stars who turned out to be less sparkly once their secrets spilled. The only thing fans can agree on: nobody's bored when Ryan and Blake's name pops up. It's a compelling saga. Two ultra-charming, photogenic personalities who can't seem to dodge the tabloid crosshairs, even when they're joking around about parenting or praising each other on social media. Not helping is the fact that neither Ryan nor Blake has stepped up to squash the whispers in a big, definitive way. There's been no furious Twitter rant, no joint press conference saying, "Yo, we're good, thanks." Instead, they keep doing what they do best: cracking jokes, looking gorgeous, and racking up brand deals. If you're the suspicious type, you might read that as a red flag. Why aren't they defending themselves if these rumors are so outrageous? But if you're more level-headed, maybe you shrug and figure they don't owe the public an explanation for every rumor. After all, famous folks can't stomp out every little blaze the gossip sites spark. And while speculation about controlling behavior takes center stage, there's another angle. Maybe these two are just living their lives, caring for 4 kids, building careers, and occasionally stepping on each other's toes the way any married couple does. The difference is, their every toe step is magnified by paparazzi lenses and dissected on social media. Stress plus fame often equals the kind of drama that sells magazines. Or clickbait, what's got everyone hooked is the mismatch between Ryan the hilariously laid-back dude and Ryan the jealous, hyper-managing husband. So, which is true? Possibly both. People can be a swirl of contradictions. One day you're cracking jokes about your butt, the next day you're scolding your spouse for texting a co-star after 10 p.m. Maybe that's just life, especially when you're in Hollywood's relentless spotlight. Then again, sometimes where there's smoke, there's a massive tire fire. Ultimately, we mere mortals may never know the full truth. If you prefer the rose-colored view, you can keep laughing at their Twitter barbs and believing they're a perfect comedic match made in cinematic heaven. If you lean toward the spicy conspiracies, you'll probably keep digging for every behind-the-scenes tidbit that hints at bigger problems. Personally, I'm torn. Part of me wants to see them as that playful couple that does over-the-top pranks. The other part wonders if they're pulling a masterclass performance to shield us from real cracks in their foundation. And that, dear viewers, is where you come in. Are we over-analyzing or onto something huge? Maybe Ryan's just a busy entrepreneur who occasionally gets anxious about his wife's close proximity to attractive co-stars. Maybe Blake's simply keeping her career choices flexible so she can focus on motherhood. Or maybe all these tabloids are right, and the couple we see at award shows is just a polished front for some serious relationship drama. We're not planting a flag in either camp. After all, the best speculation is the kind that leaves you guessing. So, what's your take? Is Ryan a control freak masquerading as the internet's funniest husband? Is Blake quietly harboring her own cunning side? Or is she the misunderstood partner in this high-powered duo? Are they secretly unstoppable and just laughing off all this gossip? Either way, the question marks hanging over Hollywood's wisecrack king and his better half aren't fading anytime soon. Chime in with your wildest theories, snarky comments, or measured insights. Who knows? Maybe in a few months some brand new reveal will tilt the story one way or another. Until then, we're all just munching popcorn and refreshing our feeds, waiting to see how this headline-grabbing saga unfolds.